In this video, I'm going to show you how to thread a Janome XL5018 sewing machine. Now for this video, you're going to need a spool of thread, a bobbin, and a pair of shears or snips. When you are picking your bobbin and your thread, you should always have the colors matching. In this video, I'm not having them match so you can see where all the pieces come from. So your first step is to remove your spool stop from the spool pin, and I like to put it in my storage compartment just so I don't lose it. Then you're going to take your spool of thread. This is an industrial spool, so it has a very big middle. On a regular spool, you would just have a little space for the spool pin to go in. Lift the spool pin up and place the spool on the spool pin. For a regular spool, you would put your spool stop to go this way. On an industrial spool, we want the points to go inside to prevent any of the tangles from happening. You're then going to take your thread, go behind your thread guide here, and we're going to follow these straight lines. So this one tells me to go straight down this front part here. So that is how I'm going to do that. Now that we have our thread going straight down, we're going to follow our arrows again to go up the right side here, and inside we have our thread take-up lever. You want to make sure that your thread take-up lever is at the top position. If it's down here, it'll be really hard to thread. So turn your hand wheel, which is the top wheel on the right-hand side, to adjust that if you need to. You're going to take your thread from right to left, again following the arrows that are on the back here, and then pull it towards yourself. Your thread will now fall straight into two straight lines. If you thread it backwards, so you go left to right, you will see an X shape happen with your thread. That's how you'll know that you've done it backwards. So again, through your take-up lever from right to left, and then pull towards you so it goes into the hole on the side. So now that we have it falling down, we're going to put it behind this thread guide just by going backwards and then letting it fall forwards. So looking very closely here, just going behind there and pulling it through. Your next step is to make sure that your thread end is nice and pointy. So you don't want any frays happening here. You're then going to go and put your presser foot down, go from the front of your machine to the back of your machine through your needle, poke your finger behind it, and then pull the thread to the left. We are now going to pull up your bobbin. So if your presser foot is not already down, use the black lever at the back of your machine to gently lower your presser foot. You're then going to push the black button to the right and your bobbin cover plate should pop up. I like to take my cover plate off and put it inside my storage compartment. That way I don't lose it. When you're looking at your bobbin, you want to make sure that the thread around the bobbin is a circle and it's nice and smooth, and that the thread hanging down off the side is going on the left-hand side or making the letter P. You're going to then put your bobbin into the bobbin holder, place your finger on the bobbin, and make sure the thread is going straight down the middle through this notch here. You're then going to pull your thread to the left and it will click twice. If you don't hear the click, that's okay, as long as you can see it coming through the notch on the left. You are then going to hold your needle thread, take your hand wheel, which is the top wheel, turn it towards you so that your needle goes into the machine and comes out. It may take 2 or 3 times to pull the thread up. You're going to see it come around in the front here. As soon as it passes this metal box, if you're holding the needle thread, you should be able to pull it. So pull it until you see this loop pop through, so you should see the other thread. Then take that loop with your fingers and you're going to pull it so that you now have 2 strings. Then you're going to lift your presser foot, take both threads through the middle, and put them on the back of your machine. Now you can take your cover plate and put it back onto your sewing machine. And now you are ready to sew.